Bloomers and friends, Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom in the Desert Ministries headquarters sauna. No, not really. I just mean that our air conditioner went on the fritz. And don't panic, don't panic. This is not a fundraising request. A fuse blew, and it just took 2 days for the air conditioner people to be here. And it isn't a fuse like in our wall, it's up on the roof in the air conditioner. And so it was off. So when it's 100 and teen something outside, things heat up pretty fast, and it takes a while for them to cool down. So they left about a half hour ago, and we aren't quite yet feeling like we're at the ocean side yet. But this too will pass, and that's something I suppose we want to keep in mind. You know, I've been thinking about the phrase from the John Kennedy inauguration speech, along the lines, I'm paraphrasing, I don't have it memorized. A torch has been passed to a new generation. Well, I'm thinking about that from a standpoint of what's going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin, as well as in other parts of the country, with names that are becoming all too familiar from horrifying actions that are all too frequent. And we know that in Kenosha, Wisconsin, a gentleman was shot in the back 7 times by a police officer responding to a domestic dispute. And then we know that there has been rioting, and that then last night someone who we now know was not from Kenosha but was from a town just over the border in Illinois, who came over with a vigilante group and was patrolling the streets, and he shot 2 people, killed 2, shot 3 people, killed 2, and wounded 1. This is an astoundingly horrifying situation, and I have to admit it's affected me terribly for the last couple of days, because I know exactly where this is happening, and I could go over the details of, like, this is happening here and I used to be there, because if you remember, I used to live in Kenosha, and Kenosha is where it was my first assignment, my first appointment in the United Methodist Church out of seminary. And I was at the First United Methodist Church of Kenosha, the big building, downtown, the big downtown church. Well, all of this stuff is happening downtown and uptown. Well, guess where my house was? In uptown. So I lived where all these buildings are burned out that you're seeing in the business sector. I live 2 blocks from there. And so all of this for me is horrible. And then I think about my beloved people, my friends, the parishioners, friends I have to this day that still live there. And I've reached out to them to call them, and I can't get a hold of anybody. So I can just send an email or post something on Facebook that says I love them. It is a situation that so many of these things are somebody else happening. It happens somewhere else. And what's happening now is that this is reminding me of the Vietnam War protests. It's reminding me of other kinds of things. And then I think of a torch is being passed to a new generation. I look at the young people. I think it's so funny that I'm saying young people. But I look at these people who are young, who are on the front lines of doing this or doing that, whether there are peaceful protesters or hoodlums. I see that it is a new generation. And I wonder, what is it that we did that made it be that this sort of thing would be the case, in which a new generation would have to accept this torch? So then it's a matter of, what can we do in order to begin to not make it be that we can do the work to make it be that torch does not get handed again. And quite frankly, it is so complex, it is so huge, it has been going on in such a way that it is built and built and built, and there are layers and layers and layers, that it is not an easy fix. And uttering 2 words, 3 words, law and order, is a ridiculous way to approach this sort of thing. Because quite frankly, there's not going to be law and order until there is love and justice. And until people feel love and justice, this will not pass. So I'm thinking of a torch being passed to a new generation. I'm also thinking of the phrase I used to hear, "This too shall pass." Well, this is not going to go away until there is love and justice. And the fact of the matter is, it is systemic. And I could go through all those details, and maybe someday we'll have a Zoom call or a conversation, or feel free to say, let's work out a dialogue. But you know, the aspects of this are just so complex and big and systemic, because it's government and it's family and it's our own histories, and it's what we got taught in school or what we didn't get taught, and it's our church, what churches say about things. All of those aspects are a part of what's going on. It's what we see on TV. You know, it's all of these things are functioning here. So what can we do now? Well, of course we can pray. Of course we can look to one another with love in our hearts. Of course we can vote for those who we think will be the purveyors of justice, and we can work in such a way that we are trying not to have that torch passed again. You know, we're going to have the book study that John Miller and Jack McClelland are leading on how to be an anti-racist. That's a beginning. It's not the ultimate solution, but it's a beginning. You know, it's a beginning, because there's a lot of other stuff that has to happen too. And part of it is also that we got to be really careful with blaming individuals. We can lay responsibility on systems, and there may be people who are aggravating systems, but we can't blame victims. And in some cases, I'm having a hard time blaming perpetrators, because they're being facilitated by the system. They're being like egged on. That's my take on this. I am sad that the torch has been passed to a new generation, and I am concerned that this too will not pass anytime too soon. And